performed in and managed a local theater. Jess received a Bachelor of Science in Industrial Arts from Illinois State Normal University and a Master's of Science in Industrial Education from Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. After teaching at Alcorn State University, Jess moved to Jackson, Mississippi, where he taught industrial arts at Lanier High School, the only black high school in the city at that time. While teaching at Lanier, Jess became intervening plaintiff in a lawsuit that sought equal pay for black teachers in Jackson. After teaching in Jackson, Jess attended Texas Southern University Law School. Jess left the law school before receiving his Juris Doctorate, but was able to return to Mississippi and pass the Mississippi Bar in 1953. Beginning his law career in Vicksburg, Mississippi, Jess confined his practice to cases involving divorces, deeds, land titles, and other practices that did not agitate white members of the bar. However, after the Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka ruling in 1954, Jess felt compelled to defend the civil rights of African Americans. In the fall of 1955, the conditions and hardships endured by black lawyers in the courts led Mr. Brown and 7 other black attorneys to establish the Magnolia Bar Association. Mr. Speaker, R. Jess Brown is credited with filing the first civil suit on behalf of an African American in Mississippi. That lawsuit on behalf of a Jefferson County minister who challenged laws that prevented blacks from voting. Mr. Speaker, Jess Brown has an extensive record as a civil rights lawyer. His list of clients include Clyde Kennard, who was charged with and convicted of a fictitious crime while attempting to desegregate the University of Southern Mississippi. James H. Meredith, whose litigation ultimately led to the integration of the University of Mississippi. Dr. Gilbert Mason, who led the effort to end racial segregation on the beaches of Biloxi, Mississippi, and civil rights icons Medgar Wiley Evers and Dr. Aaron Henry. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Brown was admitted to practice law before all Mississippi court systems: the United States District Court for the Northern District of Mississippi, the United States District Court for the Southern District of Mississippi, the United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit, and the United States Supreme Court. Mr. Brown also served on the executive board of the National Bar Association for approximately 15 years. Mr. Speaker, on December 31st, 1989, R. Jess Brown died in Jackson, Mississippi at the age of 77. Mr. Speaker, R. Jess Brown is well deserving of this honor, and I urge my colleagues to join me in supporting H.R.455. With that, I yield back the balance of my time.
Mr. Johnson reserves his time. Gentleman from Georgia, Mr. Ferguson.
I continue to reserve, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman reserves. Mr.
Thank
Johnson.
you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. R. Jess Brown is the type of individual who is an American success story. Just listening to the comments of my colleague, Congressman Thompson, about R. Jess Brown made me very proud of his